What are we choosing? What are we choosing? Because the choice is ours. So how are we going to live this life? Are we going to live this life discouraged, upset, angry, bitter, nasty, jealous? Are we going to live our lives this way? Or are we going to choose to live lives where we strengthen ourselves in the Lord? Otherwise, how will we expect to get any super anything? What does that mean? How do we expect to get any supernatural anything in our lives, miracles, blessings? How do you expect any of that if we choose to carry these nasty things in our heart? Because how does that work? How does that work? You can't have hot and cold at the same time. You can't think negative, you can't think discouraged, you can't be negative and expect positive results. That's insanity, man. I don't even think crackheads are that insane. Okay, they are. But how can we expect to live our lives discouraged and expect to get positive, wonderful results? Because God is the source of all goodness. So how can we expect to get goodness out of nasty, horrible things? How does that work? The only ingredients you put in the pot, if now all those ingredients are just nasty things, how do you expect a wonderful result? That's just my question for us. I'm also in this category though. So it's a question for me too. But how does that work? Because last time I checked, it doesn't work like that. We can't carry these nasty, horrible things into our everyday and expect life to turn out so wonderful. I mean, yeah, you could go through horrible things, but you can choose to have a positive mindset. You can choose like, nah, I'm not going down like that. I'm not going out like that. I've been given this life. I'm still here right now. I'm still here today. First, that just lets you know that you can do it. That you are good enough. That you are worthy. That's just how it is, man. The fact that you're here already lets you know that you are deserving to be here. So if you can be here, then you deserve those amazing results. But the only problem is we put in these nasty ingredients and expect something amazing. This is something I've noticed in people over, like, throughout my life. People just treat people with hate. They bully others. They treat others like trash. And then they expect God to be like, wow, I like that one. Nah. Satan is one that's like, I like that one. Because he's basically doing what Satan would do. Bully. Just treat people horribly. Come and lie to you. Again, also another way this question can fit into this is when Satan attacks, when the evil one comes and attacks us, he comes and spreads those lies in our ears. He says, you're not good enough, or you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not good enough, or if since things are like this, they can't be like that. Who said? Why? Last time I checked, Satan doesn't control anything except what you allow him to control. He doesn't have power that you don't give him. So if you don't give him any power, he can't do anything to you. So when it comes to these lies, when it comes to these attacks, again, what are we choosing? How are we handling that? Are we just giving up and saying, I guess that's too bad? Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Yeah, there's a way. Yeah, true. There's a way you've said something there. So this is why we need God, because if you go into his word, he's left so many promises there for us. Like, first of all, he promised that he will never leave you or forsake you. So even in those dark moments, those hard times, those trying times, you can trust that he will be there. But a lot of us choose to believe that no, he's not there. Then we just run to the world. We run to what the world offers, and then we think and expect a happy outcome. How does that happen? You know, I feel like a lot of us struggle because we are the ones who make ourselves struggle. Because when something bad happens, you don't run off to something else that's bad. Like if you're sick and you're told not to do something, and then you go and do that thing, and then you come out even worse, whose fault is it? And you know, something I've noticed is we blame God when things don't turn out right, but yet we are the ones who make the choices. Have we allowed God to step into that situation, to step into your mind, to step into who you are, and allow Him to take care of things for you? Because we don't do that. So how do we expect God results? How? How? If we don't pray, if we don't read our Bible, if we don't trust God, if we don't put our faith in God, if we don't make the changes that are necessary for God to act, if we don't do the things that are necessary for God to act, or if we don't act and do what we have to do, then how can we expect to get any good results? It's like you have an exam and you don't read and you expect to pass. How does that work? See? It's the same way with God. It's the same way with life. And you know, the thing I've learned is you have to change your mindset. That's the thing. How do you handle some of these situations? Do you look at it as just some negative thing? Or do you trust that God is in control and He's not going to let you get destroyed? In fact, if you put your trust in Him, man, you can even dance through that rain, man. You can dance through that storm because Jesus is with you. But a lot of us don't invite God into our situations and we expect God to act. How? Please, I want to know, because this is something I see a lot. But all I want to get on here is say, what are we choosing? Because this question can be anything. What decisions are we making? How are we handling the situations that have been presented to us? How are we handling the responsibilities that we've been given? So you see, we can't do the wrong thing and expect positive results. So I would like to say, let's choose the right thing. Because if we don't, we're the only ones who are going to suffer at the end of the day. That's why I say the choice is yours. So you're going to choose to suffer, or you're going to choose to do what will actually benefit you in the long run. Yeah, sure, you know the reason, you know, people give up because they think because they don't see results that it is working. It is working. And so many times in the Bible you'll see that though it's quiet, though you're not seeing the results you want to see, man, just keep going, man. What's the point in giving up? Why? How did giving up benefit anyone? It didn't. It only benefits the person trying to stop you. Crazy, right? So let's choose the right thing. Let's at least, if okay, I understand sometimes we may not have the strength, or we may not be okay up here, but what we could do is just try call out to God. Open up your word. Just go watch something that's encouraging. Don't sit there with those nasty thoughts. Don't sit there with that mindset. Go change. Go try change. Go prepare, because it all starts with your mindset, though. That's the crazy thing. You know, this is something we ignore. It all starts with your mindset, man. If you think negative, if you expect negative, that's how it's gonna be. Crazy. But if you trust that God has a plan for you, and actually seek Him and not worry too much about what's wrong and what's this, all that, He will guide you. And sooner or later you'll realize, wow, That thing that was stressing me back then isn't even stressing me now. Those things that used to stress me don't even stress me now. It's crazy how that works, man. But it all starts with how you think. It all starts with how you're handling what's going on. If someone comes at you, you don't have to go back negative, man. And even if you do, that's what God's for. He'll help you. He'll help us. We are not perfect. But through him, we can be perfect. Because he will help you and guide you. That's the thing. But a lot of us don't put our faith in him. So we go through these situations and then we just think, it's over, man. Oh well, that's too bad. But we don't have to live like that. You don't have to live like that. You can live knowing that those obstacles, those challenges that you're going through can actually be a stepping stone to something greater. So I just wanted to encourage us today and put your trust in God, man. Trust me, he's the best.